COVID infections have spiked across Sydney as a new cluster emerges outside the northern beaches. Joining me now live is the New South Wales Shadow Health Minister, Ryan Park. Ryan, good morning. We are seeing a spike in cases in Sydney, low testing rates at the moment and a new round of restrictions. Do you support the current New South Wales strategy?
Yeah, we generally are supportive of the restrictions. We know that it's going to be a very difficult year. I know in the community I represent down here in the Illawarra, it's going to be a New Year's Eve like we've never had before, with only 5 people are allowed to attend people's homes. That's going to be really, really restrictive, and we understand that it's going to be difficult. But with the spike that we've had in the northern beaches, another one in the inner west, and a couple of cases down here, it's what we've got to do to make sure we're protecting lives, but also livelihoods, so we can keep those small businesses open during January, keep our economy going and keep people in jobs.
The SCG test match is going ahead. The Chief Health Officer saying that it is more safe to be seated at a ticketed event rather than attending a household gathering. Do you think it's appropriate that it go ahead under the circumstances?
No, we don't believe that the test should be watched. People should attend. We believe the test should go ahead at the SCG, but not viewed by spectators in the ground. We don't understand, and many people over the last 24 hours have said to me, we don't understand, Ryan, how we can only have a few people at our homes. We can only have a few people go out and watch something in a park, but we can have thousands of people attend the SCG for a cricket match when we have spikes in cases right at the doorstep of the ground. It doesn't seem to make sense. I think it leads to inconsistent information, and it leads people to think, well, do I really need to do my bit? And at the moment, we need everybody, whether it's government, business, individuals, everyone doing their bit to make sure all of us are protected and we can keep our economy open and keep people in jobs.
So would you advise people who have a ticket to the test to reconsider the need to go?
Yeah, I've made it very clear that I wouldn't be attending the SCG test, and I love the cricket this time of year. I normally take my boys along as one of the thousands of people who attend that match. It's certainly something I look forward to in January, but not this year, not with a spike in this virus right at the door in Sydney's inner west and just to the north in the northern beaches and cases down here. I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's a sensible decision, and I don't think it was one that we had to see happen given the situation we're currently in.
You're obviously in Wollongong, the local member for the area there. There have been several cases that have popped up. What's been the community response to the outbreak?
Well, it's been unbelievable. Literally thousands of people have been tested down here in the Illawarra. Lineups yesterday wrapped right around our local hospital. The moment people heard the news a couple of days ago from the Premier that there were cases, people went and did the right thing and started to wait to get those tests, and I can't thank them enough. The best way in which we can keep this virus contained and under control, and the best way we can keep our economy going and people in jobs, is by going to get tested if we have any of those symptoms. And I certainly want to thank my community for doing exactly that.
We are seeing now those pictures, those long lines that you mentioned. Are there enough testing clinics in the region to cope with the increase in demand?
Well, I've had a number of direct discussions with Minister Hazzard about making sure that we increase the number of clinics and number of pop-up testing centres we've got available. Some are coming online today. There were a couple online yesterday. We need to increase these because certainly speaking directly with community members yesterday, particularly those with young children or elderly relatives, they just said, Ryan, we can't wait 4, 5, 6 hours. It makes us go back home and not get the test. And that's not what we need. We need people to come out and get tested. But if they have to wait that sort of length of time, it becomes very, very difficult, particularly for people who have health conditions or are older or people with young children. So I've certainly been advocating to the Minister directly, as has my colleague Paul Scully, talking to him on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day, about trying to get additional testing centres to try and combat people simply turning around and going home and not getting tested.
Yeah, we don't want to say that, but good to see, though, people getting out there and lining up. Ryan Park, we have to leave it there. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having us.